Hello, Boxing World. Welcome to Boxing Block Center. Legendary trainer Freddie Roach has criticized Ben Davison, the trainer of Tyson Fury, a very young guy, 26 years old, very young, still a small boy. And he said that Ben Davison's tactics was a little bit off point during the Wilder vs. Fury fight, saying that he should have allowed Tyson Fury to engage more and try and knock Deontay Wilder out, because Tyson Fury did had Wilder hurt a couple of times, and he expected Tyson Fury to knock Wilder out. I want to give my sincere thoughts on what I think about what Freddie Roach has stated. I watched the interview, to be sincere. It was a very good interview. I mean, Freddie Roach is a guy that is very, tough, especially when you're his fighter, you have to take risk. We saw what he did with Manny Pacquiao, made him a legend overnight, because Freddie Roach is a guy, that always encourages his fighter to take risk, to engage more, to be offensive. He's not a guy of that, laid back and defensive tactics, because in a way, like, it's dangerous, it's good to be defensive, but sometimes it's dangerous when you're too defensive and then your opponent catch you with a lucky punch and knock you out, right? So I think Freddie Roach meant it in a very good way, because he didn't mean to offend Ben Davison, but a lot of speculations out there already suggesting that Freddie Roach is hating on Ben Davison and other stuff, that he wants to take over and take away Tyson Fury away from him. So like, it's just kind of so I call it bollocks, because Freddie Roach knows what he's doing. He's not a trainer who has been in the game for 5 years. He's been in the game for his entire life. He knows about boxing. He's boxed before. He was a world champion before. As a boxer, as a trainer, he's legendary. Okay, we know that. Ben Davison needs experienced coaches or trainers like Freddie Roach around him. We all know Ben Davison did a very good job. Definitely, I respect the guy. 26 years old, still a kid anyway, and still he's a very much calm, collective, and not experienced, but calm, collective dude. And Tyson Fury listened to him. He brought Tyson Fury back into shape. But it's different bringing someone back into shape, and it's different trying to give the person boxing lessons. I know Ben Davison is a good trainer, not saying it's bad, but we all know that he has no experience in the game and he needs it. So, what do I think about the tactics? I think Freddie Roach is wrong in terms of the tactics. In terms of saying that Tyson Fury should have been more aggressive. If he was a trainer, he would have told him to be more aggressive and try and knock Wilder out. Remember, during the 12th round, you know what caught Tyson Fury off guard during that 12th round? Because Tyson Fury tried to be aggressive in that 12th round. He should have just stayed cool and defend. Defend and bother the hell out of Wilder, but he didn't. He tried to, engage with Wilder, but he wasn't trying to knock him out. He was just trying to engage with Wilder, and to make the action more better, and people, applauding him and stuff like that. And he got caught, and that could have cost him the fight. You know what I mean? So Tyson Fury is not an offensive fighter. I think a guy like Joshua would do fantastic, with Freddie Roach. Would be fantastic. Joshua has to get Freddie Roach in his corner because Joshua is an offensive guy. He's not a defensive guy. Joshua cannot defend like Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury knows that he has no power. I mean, the power of Tyson Fury is average for an heavyweight, compared to the power of Deontay Wilder of Anthony Joshua. So Tyson Fury has to be defensive because he doesn't have the power to knock people out, to bully people around the ring like Joshua would. So that's why Tyson Fury, his boxing skills is the reason why he's at the top of his game. If Tyson Fury had no boxing skills, wasn't a boxing maestro, I don't think he would have gone far. He wouldn't have gone far. It would just be another 6'9", a giant who gets beat, and yeah, it's like that. But because of his boxing skills, because of his mobility, because of his ring IQ, and him not having power that didn't matter because he already have the boxing skills and having a decent chin as well. Because I cannot believe that he got up, from that bomb that Wilder threw at him in the 12th round. He got up, back up, and kept fighting. Tyson Fury is a proper fighting man. He's a warrior. He has a heart of a warrior. And I have to really commend him on that because he did great. But Freddie Roach is not trying to hate on Ben Davison. He's not trying to take Tyson Fury away from him. He's just saying the truth, speaking his mind. He wants Tyson Fury to be offensive, but he doesn't realize that Tyson Fury is not an offensive fighter and he can never be an offensive fighter. So Tyson Fury is a defensive fighter with a great boxing skills. That's just it. I remember Anthony Joshua saying that having Freddie Roach in his corner would be great. And I really wished it materialized to something else, like they being together and Freddie Roach training Anthony Joshua. I know Robert McCracken is a very good trainer, no doubt about that. But having Freddie Roach and Robert McCracken in his corner would be epic. Freddie Roach is a guy whose fighters are very offensive. So I don't know what to say. What do you guys think? You think Freddie Roach is being salty? You think he wants to Fury for himself? Or you think he's just saying the truth and trying to, tell Ben Davison to be a little bit more offensive in his approach? What do you think, guys? Like the video, give it a thumbs below, share, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys.